even the even all the good stuff.
We were going to do this off screen, but we needed to record it and we couldn't figure out how to record and restream. So we're just going to stream it live and then clip afterwards. This is our weekly Recoup Call. And right now we're working through the the Y Combinator application process. And the first part of that is a video that we're going to be recording now to introduce the founders, right, Sid?
Correct.
Should we just start at the top? Whenever you're ready, you kick off the first line and we'll start going through it.
Let's do it. Hi, I'm Sydney.
And I'm Sweets.
And we are the co-founders of Recoup, a platform that's redefining the music industry with AI.
Together, we've been spending the past 6 months building Recoup, which is a vertical SaaS platform powered by AI agents that helps record labels and artists manage everything from marketing and fan engagement to royalties and A&R.
Before starting Recoup, I spent over a decade in the music industry as an artist, producer, and tech builder. I've worked with labels and big name artists, so I've seen firsthand the inefficiencies that hold all of the labels and artists back.
And I'm a software engineer with experience building scalable systems and AI-powered tools. Sid and I have been collaborating together for over the past 3 years, and we found the perfect balance between the music industry expertise and technical execution.
Recoup helps labels scale faster, work smarter, and spend less, while giving artists the support they need to grow. Labels love that our platform makes it easy for them to recoup their investments, literally. We already have
We already have paying enterprise customers in beta and a clear path to expand. With Y Combinator, we'll scale faster and transform the way the music industry operates in the AI era.
Thanks for watching, and we're excited to join the YC community.
Let's build the future of music together.
Nice. I fucked it up at the very end, man. I'm sorry.
It's good. That was take one.
That was take one. You want to do it one more time? I think we got it. Was there anything that felt a little off or too robust?
We're definitely reading from a script. I think that's fine, and it shows that we're prepared.
Cool.
No, let's just do it again from the top.
All right, awesome. Here we go. Hi, I'm Sydney.
And I'm Sweets.
We are the co-founders of Recoup, a platform that's redefining the music industry with AI.
Together, we've been spending the past 6 months building Recoup, which is a vertical SaaS platform powered by AI agents that helps record labels and artists manage everything from the marketing and fan engagement to the royalties and A&R.
Before starting Recoup, I spent over a decade in the music industry as an artist, producer, and builder. I've worked with labels and big name artists, so I've seen firsthand the inefficiencies that hold all the labels back.
And I'm a software engineer. I've got experience building scalable systems and AI-powered tools. Sid and I have been collaborating together for over 3 years now, and we found the perfect balance between music industry expertise and technical execution.
Recoup helps labels and artists scale faster, work smarter, and spend less, while giving artists the support they need to grow. Labels love that our platform makes it easy to recoup their investment, literally.
We already have paying enterprise customers in beta and a clear path to expand. With Y Combinator, we'll scale faster and transform the way the music industry operates in the AI era.
Thanks for watching, and we're excited to join the YC community.
Let's build the future of music together.
Woo!
Clippable?
I think that was a good one. All right, everybody, like and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts of our pitch. I think it was good. I think we don't need to spend too much time on it.
Shoot the shot, keep moving, don't be too attached.
Exactly. We'll let them know that if they want to watch the full back behind the scenes, they can go to our stream.
We did it in public.
All right, awesome. What do you want to get into today?
I have not reviewed what we shipped today, so I would like to start with what was shipped, give it thumbs up and thumbs down on whether it was done, review the backlog, and review what we did this week, and then go back to top overall business goal, quarterly goal, monthly goal, weekly goal, reflect on what we've been doing, and then plan for next week, similar to what we did last week.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let me go back to the schedule we did last week. Open. Recoup notebook. Weekly goals. We have a lot of meetings. Friday stream. Okay. Let's start with review. share screen. You able to see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. TikTok fan profile. I actually don't know what this one is. Oh, yeah, we're starting to try to go to manual scraping with TikTok. And so this is pulling up a profile on TikTok. Do you have a TikTok profile?
I am Chill Pill.
I am Chill Pill. This is scraping the profile. So before we had to use Apify and it took time to scrape. Now we are just making an HTTP request and manually scraping it. Can you give me anybody else? Maybe Kabi.lame, I think is his profile. Yep, if you want to laugh, you're in the right place. So this is, differences. One, this costs us no money. So unlike Apify where we had to pay for credits, we can now scrape TikTok not paying for Apify credits. And two, before we had to wait for however long it took Apify to do the scraping, which was more than 1 second. And now, as you can see, you can give me any profile and we get it instantly. So we have faster TikTok scraping and we have less expensive TikTok scraping.
Yes.
I think that one looks great. Very happy with it. Add Twitter fan profile scraping route. This is probably the same thing for Twitter. So let's try this one. It's just getting the profile. There's me. You're real Sydney Swift?
Yeah. Oh, no. Twitter is no real.
Just Sydney Swift?
Yeah.
Founder and CEO of Recoupable, 25K. Let's try, I think he's Jesse Pollock. Actually, don't know. That doesn't look like the right one. Let's try base. All these so fast.
Yeah.
Let's give that one a check mark. Scraping's getting faster coming into next week. Verbose, that was me. Action fan email export. Doesn't look like it was shipped. Let me ask. But we'll keep moving. Was this shipped? Different. Was that all? We should have had more. I probably didn't go back far enough. Here it is. Fix sidebar slide move. Oh yeah, this was something that you had mentioned. He told we tried to take an initial pass at it.
UI thing.
Yeah, and they were still moving on me. Yesterday we took our first pass and it still didn't fix it. I think it's especially if you're like in the middle. So it's still doing it. Like you can see that we've got 4 TKs at the bottom, but as soon as I hover, it's not 4 TKs anymore.
Yeah.
So it's still moving. So let me do a quick demo and then say, well, I'll do feedback later, but I'll just leave an exclamation mark to say that this one's not done.
Cool.
Confirm profiles. Okay, so we should now be confirming profiles in the universal profile lookup. Let's start by trying a new artist. Alejo was their name. Let's save that new musician. And now it's verifying social handles. And then it gives us a file. And now we pause here for you to verify them before going on. Let me verify these. Twitter, I believe it's Alejo Official is what Steph was having us check out yesterday. I think that's what his account is on all the platforms. Nope. Alejo.
Which one did it pull?
That's a good question. This seems like a random person. Let me see what we have inside of. Yeah, it's Alejo Official on Instagram at least.
Did you just spell it wrong?
Alejo Official, probably. Let me try it again. 2 L's in official. Nope, that's still not correct.
Oh, that's weird.
Unless
he didn't have a Twitter?
Yeah, he might. Well, we did get a wrong Twitter. Maybe he doesn't actually have one, and that was why it wasn't able to match correctly. We do have a TikTok. TikTok, it got wrong. Spotify, they sent it to us, but I don't know it. If we don't have it, I'm going to try to just delete this, and I expect if I click continue, it's only going to run Twitter and TikTok. But we should have done TikTok and Instagram. I actually just messed that up. But I think this is approved.
It's better. there's still a little bit of work through that we can go through. But I guess, yeah, we can approve it for now.
What's your what do you tell me the feedback? Let's get it in now.
It's broader than the specific card that we had. It was on the universal lookup. It's not looking up the Spotify URI. It's just saying at and then the name, and like that's not how Spotify organizes its artists. So it's always going to get the Spotify wrong if it's looking up that kind of the username that way, right?
Maybe. So your concern is Spotify accuracy?
My concern is that most people don't know how to add a Spotify handle for their artist. Like Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram is obvious. It's the at whatever. Spotify handle is not at the artist, right? It would be the URL or the URI of that artist.
Personally, I think the experience should be you put in the artist name, not a random URI. Are you saying that you would prefer people put in a URI that's not human readable?
No, you are correct. If it's looking up the URI from the name, then yes, then our experience is good. I just don't know if it's actually doing that.
Okay, I expect it to be doing that. Let's lean into that. That's what's going on.
Okay, cool.
Universal profile lookup, I'm marking that as a check. Action approval, new conversation, same, don't know, did you ship this? I'll try it. So I should be able to, let's go to someone like Raven. I see a report, I'm not seeing content calendar anymore. Okay, there we go. Let's try content calendar. It generates a content calendar. While it's thinking, I'm gonna try to go back. And maybe it's not, maybe now it's hiding the actions until it completes, which I guess would fix it, but is not ideal. I don't expect it to tie our hands behind our back and say, no, you can't do a new thing. I expect it to just work and allow me to continue to click buttons at will.
Yeah, I agree.
It feels right now like it's going to wait till the content calendar finished. And now I don't even know if I can go back to the content calendar. I think. Okay, how can I verify this so that we can keep moving forward? Select a different artist like Sound of Fractures or Taylor Swift. Content calendar and report. Let's try it again. Taylor Swift's activated. Create a content calendar for Taylor Swift. It starts generating the content calendar. We go back home. I no longer see the ability to select a segment. I'm going to call this incomplete because it's tying our hands behind our back unnecessarily on the side of the musician. It's just
agreed.
Exclamation not approved. Actual hides options on autopilot. Required allows me to still choose other actions. Do not diminish the human experience to achieve this ticket. Fan segment table. I don't know why he's not telling. Why isn't he telling me? No, I'm going to ship this after your testing. I am testing in prod. If you'd like me to test, please ship or give more explicit testing instructions so I am aware of your expectations. Was this shipped at John? Okay, it looks like today he was expecting me to do a lot more review, but he did not tell me he was expecting the review. So let's just keep moving.
Cool.
To the next one that he actually said is done. That can go, that can go, that can go, that can go. Get fan segment report. What is this one doing? Analysis. Oh, analyze fans in the segments. Because like we were saying, we were communicating that we've been scraping fan profiles, but in reality, we have not been scraping the profiles of the fans. And it looks like that's what this one is doing now, is actually scraping the fans for a segment. And then we've got fan name and segment. And so Pastel is in crypto artists. And so now we know which fans specifically are inside of which
Cool.
funnel. There's you, you're inside of the AI music and Cam from the Coast, Jaden Violet, any other Hurricane, Sebastian Aldosoro, Excellencia, Taylor Hahn. I recognize most, this is probably a report on me because I recognize most of these names. Jack Spallone, Who Crypto, Remy Rodney, produced by Dav. Okay, let's go back. I call this a check mark.
Yep.
Analysis check. And we already reviewed these, so that okay, that's review for what has been shipped. Oh no, I guess there's no, yeah, these are different project. So we've just reviewed what was shipped in the last week. Any feedback on that before we go into project goal, monthly goal, weekly goal, and then into linear reflection?
Nope.
Okay. The goal of Recoupable is to make it easy for musicians and other creators to build and manage AI agents at scale on Base. Does that still match your vision for where the company's going?
Yep.
Monthly goal, I see that our January goals are our users are onboarding their friends. I am using the product on a daily basis, and autopilot becomes the home dashboard. How do you feel we're doing on our monthly goals?
I think we're on the way. I think two of our users have expressed interest to show this to their artists, and I think that's good.
Who are they? Which musicians specifically?
Sound of Fractures hit you up asking to do a week
class?
to do a class on Recoup, which I thought was incredible.
Mhm.
And then I talked to Sophie. She said that she wants to show it to her artists and can also have them do like beta tests as well if we need. So
Is she a manager?
she's a music marketer.
Marketer, similar to Keys and Miss Shay. Shame is.
Yeah.
But I would say we don't actually have users onboarding their friends right now. Or if we do, we're not tracking it.
Correct.
Sweets uses the product daily. I am always testing it. I am not actually using it for my own purposes yet. Question for myself is, why am I not using it right now? And I would say our weekly goal of actions are helpful. The actions still aren't helpful. And so I don't have a reason to be coming back. The experience is too buggy right now.
All right. Well, there's your
And autopilot being home, I would say that one we did get done. Autopilot's now our homepage. We're looking at autopilot. That's the core place we come back to.
Yeah.
Going off of that, something I did over on the Coop Records side that I would like to do on our side to better I think our human experience has been branching out a lot. And I don't know about you, but I don't know if I can adequately draw a line with how people interact with our product. And so when I was watching the Shaw Makes Magic AI Dev School, and he was creating mermaid diagrams. And so I threw in all the tickets from a voting page feature that I had to build for CoopRex. And then it generated a mermaid chart that tells me, here's where you start. You land on the voting page. There's a modal you can open. If you open the modal, you can then close the modal, takes you back to the voting page. If you click vote, it takes you into this where it checks if you're authenticated, checks if you have enough points, checks if you've already voted, checks if the vote's still active. If yes, you can then confirm it. If you confirm, it then processes the vote, it saves the vote, shows you the success modal. If you close the modal, it takes you back to the voting page. And so this gives you a map that allows you to see kind of the experience. And like you sent me a video of the first mile is the most important. And I don't know that we have a shared first mile right now. And so I think we've been doing a great job of shipping a lot of features and expanding out to try a lot of things, which is good for a startup to try a lot of things because we're not certain about anything. We're trying to figure out our hypothesis. And I think now we need to now refine it and cut out all the junk stuff and come back to a well-refined product. And I think part of that is defining a flowchart like this that is like, here's where we expect people to start. Here's where they go next. Are they authenticated? Do they already have an artist? Have they already run?
I love that. Yeah.
But let me.
Do you want to do this now, or do you want to do it on your own time?
No, I think this is something that I'll start to try to do, and my goal will be to give you a version of this so that we can reflect on it. But for monthly goals, onboard friends, nope. Sweets uses the product daily, nope. Autopilot is home, yep. So I would say we got 33% success on our monthly goals.
Yeah.
Because next week February?
Yeah.
No, we have another full week of January.
Okay.
So
let's get 66%.
Yeah, let's get that another 66. So the next week we're focusing on users onboarding their friends and me using it daily, and but going into our weekly goals now. Weekly goals for this week.
Wait. We're going too fast because I want to reflect a little bit on why we didn't hit the goals. And you had started to touch on it. And I think both of the ones that we didn't hit go back to the same issue, which is what you said. Like, why are you not using it daily? Why are people not intuitively inviting their friends? And I think it goes back to what you said with this chart of like, is it easy? Are they doing what we need them to do to have the best experience to get them to a place of understanding the product? So I think you're right in like this chart, and I think prioritizing it. I think we really have to think through what's going to be the biggest lift to hit our goals this next week. Because you're right, there's a lot of stuff. We're getting a lot of feedback from users. We're adding a bunch of cards. But what's going to bring us back to hitting the goals?
Mm-hmm. So you're in agreement that a mermaid chart is helpful for us to hit our monthly goals?
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's an easy question. We're in alignment that it's helpful. What would be the result of us doing a mermaid chart? How does doing a mermaid chart get us closer to our weekly goals of users onboarding their friends and me using the product on a daily basis?
I think understanding the actions are helpful, and then understanding like, is the mermaid chart getting people back to actions are helpful, because that's really the loop we want. We want them to get as fast as possible to actions and analysis actions and helpful, and then experience it and push them back into another action and continue that loop, right? And so like that's really the flywheel that we want to try to push.
Agreed. End goal is helpful action.
Yeah.
And we want to define the mermaid chart to understand where they're starting from and what are all the different paths that get them to helpful action, which is our weekly goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Map experience, map human experience. Zero to helpful action. On the weekly goals, you paused us to dig deeper on why didn't we hit the goals. So far, we've gotten into let's define the mermaid chart. That's going to help us get to our monthly goals because it'll help us understand how to get people back into our goal of we're giving them helpful actions, and mapping out the human experience from zero to helpful action and all the different tributaries, starting with the end in mind, helps us to better understand how to get from where we are to the end that we're visualizing. Are there other points that you want to bring up or analyze, and why didn't we hit our monthly goals before we go into our weekly goals?
Yeah, I just want to ask you why do you think?
I think you phrased it well. I was just saying like we're expanding a lot, and I think you going back to a map is good.
Stop expanding for a little bit, and let's focus on getting a little bit more getting more clear on the simplicity of what the value prop is. And we don't need to I think we took a lot of customer calls this month and added a lot of their very bespoke suggestions to it, which was starting to get us a little bit spread thin. I think you're right. Categorizing what are the buckets of their suggestions, and what's the scalable actions that we can add that then we can switch prompts in the back end. So we have an action and it's, it can be switched from generate an email report to generate a brand, whatever it is, like just like the infrastructure is there. But I think figuring out, I think we're both in agreement. Like let's start to narrow in a little bit on how do we improve the product so that we get that flywheel of value as fast as possible and as often as possible while they're using it.
Do I have these weekly goals in a Notion doc? I'm not sharing it. If not, I'll do it now. Realizing most of the notes are in my personal notebook, and I would like to have them. We were looking at this last week, weren't we, or were we not? Oh, there it is, weekly recap. Agenda, get rid of that. Project goal, we already did that. Q1, monthly goal. Okay, we do have it here. Users onboard friends, I would say this one's now a check. And then we just talked about onboard 10 music marketing influencers. We got Keys, Miss Shay, Silk, Ryan Schaefer, Jackie, Sophie, Magic Nothing, Musicpreneur. Did we get Steph? And do you have anybody else you wanted to add to get us to 10?
Yeah, there was somebody else. I forget. Who did I have a call with? It's blanking on me right now, but I have it written down. But yes, we got to 10. Just put X.
I don't know. We're not there yet. We need.
Oh my God, I had the person on my. Let me look at my schedule. Give me a second. Caroline, who was she was at Warner Innovation.
And you wanted 5 follow-ups. We've got Keys. We got Shay, Ms. Who else did you follow up with?
Sophie.
That was a follow-up, not a first call?
That was a follow-up. Who else did we follow up with? I think that's who we followed up with.
So you got 2 more follow-ups to get.
Yeah, I got some.
Let's get in the week. Good to move out of monthly goals into weekly goals.
Yep.
Weekly goals, we said we wanted helpful actions, and we also wanted always running. Inside of helpful actions, we wanted post reaction, report generation, content calendar, fan sentiment, pitch. And then on always running, we wanted wrapped wrapped runs on profile update, wrapped runs on action approval / denial, fix universal profile lookup in wrapped, and generate new actions on accept or deny. Do you have any thoughts on which of these we did and which ones we did, or start with which ones we did?
Yeah, let's start with which one we did.
Thoughts on your side?
I mean, we can just go through it.
And you mean like go through the live product?
Yeah, or cards, whatever you want. Yeah, let's go through live products. Why not?
Chat about Recoupable. No recommendations on here for this artist, but if we go to a different one, I'm sure they'll be there. I'm not seeing any recommendations.
Do you know if they're organ? I guess it doesn't matter. Never mind. You want to start a new artist and see what happens?
Yeah.
Would it do, or we have to go through the whole scraping process, huh?
Yes. There we go.
There we go.
So I post reaction content calendar in segment report. Fantastic.
But go to it.
Which one?
Let's start with post reaction. Can you continue it and see, like, what does it do?
It copies the reaction to copies the reaction that it suggests.
Is that what we wanted it to do?
That is all the definition that we have provided to this ticket for now. So based off of the current definitions, I would say that it is.
Okay.
It is giving us a response. We didn't give anything more concrete in what the vision is. So
okay,
I would say that this is done based on the current definitions of success.
Yeah.
Report generation, same. But we'll try them.
Should it be taking this long? Do we know?
Most likely, yes. We just tried the API endpoint and we saw the more data we're asking to include in the initial scrape, the longer these segments will take. We wanted fans to be included. They were not included before. We just tried the API.
Oh, we're including. Okay, yeah, got it.
But it does look like it then takes us to an empty page.
Yeah. But wait, it might take 10 seconds.
There's 100% a bug.
Yeah, this is the big bug that we keep getting.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the most important bug.
We clicked on a thing, we waited a while, and then we got redirected back to an empty chat.
Yeah, exactly. And now I give up on the product.
Yep. So we'll say report generation is not working. We'll undo that. Content calendar.
That's weird. Where did it all go?
This might be what I said earlier. I thought Java was just tying our hands behind our back, but he might just be deleting them permanently. So bugs on actions. I'm not seeing a content calendar here. Let's try it in a different profile like Drake. In Excellencia. Elon.
What's happening is it's removing the actions.
I don't know what it's doing. How I would formulate this bug as I should always have action recommendations, and that's not the case right now.
Yeah.
Always new actions. Regardless of what it's doing right now, that's the requirement, is there should always be action recommendations. It's not the case. Let's move on. And so these aren't done, and we'll unmark content calendar because I'm not able to actually see it right now. Always running, runs on profile update. That should be the case. See who we've got active. Let's go X Sweetman _ ETH. If I save this, it should run a new wrapped, but it should not redirect me. I'm not seeing a wrapped. So we're going to call this one incomplete. Wrapped runs on action approval and denial. We already know that's not the case. Fix profile lookup and wrapped. I'm going to call this one complete.
Yeah.
Generate new actions on accept or deny. That is still not the case. Anything else you want to talk about on our weekly goals before we go into linear reflection?
Let's do it.
Okay. Shipped follow-up chats, shipped refactoring of action suggestions to make it continue and have the play button. Content calendar should now be considering recent reels. Approving an action should be generating a new conversation. Actions should be removed when you accept or deny them. If you update it, should be doing it. We just tested and we did not see that that was the case to run wrapped. Result copy change. We wanted to add in the 100 engagements so that you don't feel like it's under scraping. Fan email export should be done. We were not able to test it because, again, I'm not seeing actions being generated constantly. Content calendar was done this week. On segment select, fix the loading bug where it showed a chat window. Confirm profiles is what we were just talking about. On artist create, should create a wrapped funnel. I think we already tested that, but I'll test it again. Yeah, we tested it at the beginning with Alejo. You save them, it creates a wrapped report. Verifies the social handles.
Cool.
Cut off on mobile. We already tested that. Mobile is looking better. Report option for an action, post reaction option for an action, and progressive web app we can now download on mobile. That's the weekly reflection. Next up on the list, we just deleted. Are there any?
There's some issues with my mobile.
Okay.
I'm here.
What's here?
Can you see my screen? So I can't click artists. It's not letting me change artists.
What do you mean it's not letting you change? It's not changing the one up top, or what?
Yeah. Like I can't, like I press this, nothing happens. Like no, the artist doesn't change.
P0 artist select does not change active artist. Actual tapping on an artist does. Are you done sharing? Or were there other things you wanted to share?
Oh, I just wanted to show you what happens when I click continue on these ones. So on this one, it generated me this. I don't know if you can see it. CSV. I don't know. Let me see what this other one does. And then as I'm clicking them, yeah, I guess it's also deleting on this. So yeah, mobile's a little buggy still.
I wrote down one bug and then you said a whole bunch of other words.
Oh.
Are you sharing more, or should I go back to sharing? I guess I'll share so you can see what I actually got out of what you said.
Yeah,
I have
good.
been able to grab artist select does not change active artist. What other things did you point out that you would like documented and fixed?
I'm pulling up autopilot.
You said something about autopilot?
No, I'm pulling it up on my end. No, that's all. That's good. I'll design. It's a little bit design thing, but I'll edit the Figma.
Please do. I think so far Figma has not been getting updated with mobile designs. I highly recommend any designer, if you're watching this, please start with mobile. If you are still starting with desktop, you are failing to understand that 99% of the world uses mobile for everything that they do. I understand the design surface is better and it's more fun if you're a designer. You like that sweet sugary rush of having all the design space. If you actually want to build a product that is going to scale, it is highly important to start with mobile design. It is start with the most restrictive design environment first, because it is way easier to take a restricted design environment and expand it with the extra space than it is to start with your highly sugared expanded environment and then to cut things out and reduce it. So if you're watching this and you're still starting with desktop first, whether you're at Recoup, Rex, or anyone else building for the music industry, most of my teams are still designing with desktop first, no matter how much I say it. I highly encourage everybody to please start with mobile first, because it reduces your costs, increases your speed, and maximizes your capability to actually have a viral product that people are going to use, because everybody is using mobile. Let's go back to the list. We're on linear reflect delete non-priority tickets. What things do we have in here that we can remove to give us more space to be able to run quickly next week and not be dragged down into things that we defined this week, but we don't actually need? I think actions are helpful is the most important thing for us to achieve our monthly goals. So I'm going to keep that. Bugs, mobile, and always running are all still there. Any of these high level items you think could be removed so we can focus more on what's actually a priority? If you were going to remove one of these from the list because we had to, because this was our last week of building this company before we ran out of funds, what would you remove?
Always running.
Do you actually want to do that?
Explain to me always running. Click into the card.
Yeah, we've got auto run on non-social link. Wrapped report is automatically running if any fields are updated. We want it so that the wrapped report only runs if a social field is updated. We've got existing artist update, remove the redirect. I actually don't see myself getting redirected right now, but I also didn't see the report running. And then new actions automatically. Once I clear the actions, we should be having more actions showing up. This one could get moved into helpful actions.
Yeah, let's move it.
I would be open to deleting this, focusing on actions are helpful, and moving whichever ones of these fits into there.
Yeah.
Parent sub issue of actions are helpful. Always running. Do we want to move these over or delete them for now
I have a question for you, Sweets. Go back to the UI. What's and go to the autopilot. What is the easiest way to give the perception of always running in the event log?
Typewriter CSS.
Okay, so it's more of a design thing than it is actually always running.
That was my first response.
Okay. All right, so yeah, let's remove always running. We can save it for
Let's look in each of these.
after next week.
Actions are helpful. Continue scraping. This one you had said was important. Actions, pitch, actions, fans. I'm going to remove pitch and fan. I'm going to remove additional actions so we can focus on getting the existing ones better.
What was pitch?
Giving you the ability to write a pitch based off of brands that we suggest.
I think he might have done that because he asked me for the UI last night for that.
I see fan email export.
Oh, maybe that's what he did. All right, yeah, never mind. Okay.
Delete.
Yeah.
Fan sentiment report, same.
Yeah.
Feedback on write a pitch. I recommend delete so we focus on the action loop.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
New actions automatically. I think that one's very important. Continue. You and the musicians have said it's important. It's a new feature though that we don't have a design for. I recommend deleting this until it has been thought out and at least given a Figma design.
Okay.
So on your side, if this is important that people can do more than 100, please open up Figma, use a mobile frame instead of a desktop frame. Show me where the continue button would sit after the initial report has been generated.
All right, I'll write down.
Okay, actions are helpful. We deleted a lot instead of the bugs. Wrapped, TikTok got stuck in our demo with Steph yesterday. That one I think is important. Wrapped, hide chat. That one should be done. When we run wrapped, there's no more. When wrapped is running, it should no longer be showing. This was a bug that I found with Heno. When Heno created his account, he saw the chat down here and he immediately started clicking, but those are gone now. So I think this ticket's done.
Yeah, it is. That's great. Oh, done. There it is.
What?
Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. That was your picture. I was like, oh, it popped up.
Okay, so we got this one done. Let me delete the ticket. Current state, missing state. Yeah, over here on the left, let me see if it's still doing it. Current state doesn't really, or in the past, it is not updated with what it's actually doing.
Should we just get rid of it in the UI and just have event log? That whole left side, like, is it giving us any information?
Interesting. I now see export fan emails. This is the first time I've seen export fan emails. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
But it says scraping fan profiles. Interesting. I wonder what was that. Continue.
Oh, we had this one up because remember, he said
the button's not working.
He had asked for us to scrape any emails we could in bios.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
And but that's interesting because on my mobile I got the CSV.
So it worked for you.
But I couldn't verify it. Let me see. Continue. No, now it's not working. So no, it's not working for me anymore. Okay. I don't know if anything changed. I don't know if he's working on it right now.
So you are suggesting delete the entire left side and just focus on these actions that disappear?
That was my question. I don't know if I'm suggesting it or if like the question is, do we need it? Is it adding any value to the user experience currently?
For me, it tells me if there's an artist that I'm actually using or if it's a new one. I have a million artists in here and I don't know which ones I'm actually doing stuff with. And so when I select these, it usually will, okay, this is an artist that I run the wrap report on, but I haven't done anything else.
Okay, so the event log is giving you value.
It gives me value. Yeah, I think that both of these are what you are asking about for how does it show always running. This is what SEO bot has on the left.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like you are imagining when you go to SEO bot and you're like, wow, it's always running, because this side is typing out in a typewriter the text
Correct.
that's over here. And the only thing that's different between what we're doing and SEO bot is we're not doing typewriter CSS for this text to come in. I would also like when I click on these, it takes me to that specific thing in the same way that the recent chats are not helpful to me and I don't really use it, but I would like these clicks to actually take me to those things that it generated. And the same with here, it like changes to a hand, like I can click on it. And I would like that this takes me to like, what's it doing right now? I would like to just go right into there and show me where it's at in the report, and it's not.
Yeah.
So let's write that down as a weekly goal. Left side. I'm going to call it on click. Open chat. Would you agree with that? Or does that feel like a waste of time and I should scratch that from the list?
No, I think if you think it's a good, if it improves user experience and it's easy to implement, then like throw it on the list.
Copy. Okay, we are 2 minutes away from our time. We'll probably need to extend it a little bit. So let's rush through the rest of this. Delete non-priority tickets. We'll call that one done. Let's keep moving. Product reflect. I don't remember what this one was for, so I think I'm just going to delete it from the list unless you want to talk. I get maybe this was just overall reflection of the product from the past week.
Yeah, I think it was just literally us reflecting of the bugs that happened during the demos, which we already did on this call.
We already did this, so just skip. I should just delete this step from our weekly reviews?
Yep.
Okay, and now we go into weekly goals for next week. I don't like that we're ending on 6. 7's the number of completion. Okay, so last week we defined bugs, helpful actions, mobile, and always running. Now, what I have written in my notebook so far are mermaid chart, always, new actions, left side, on click, open chat, or left side will say always running, which will include typewriter, CSS, initial text stream, spinner, present if actions being present if not waiting for user input, human input. What other things does this properly encapsulate what we want?
I'm gonna need to connect the website. The marketing website is finished. Well, not finished, but like it's ready to get connected. It's in
the new site you built?
Yeah. So we just need to connect that so that when they click sign in, or when they click the call to action buttons, it does what the call to action is, which is either.
You say you've already done it? It's on recoupable.com?
I haven't done that yet. I need to connect it to recoupable.com.
Okay, you have it, and your blocker is that buttons are not reader.
Correct. Actually, you are blocked by me from shipping this to production. Once I ship it to production, then the next step is to connect the the sign in button to chat.recoupable.com.
Copy. Would you like me to add that to our weekly goals?
No, don't add it yet. We can wait until I ship it.
Okay, going back to our monthly goals, the question is, what do we need to do this week in order to achieve our monthly goals? I see our monthly goals as users onboard their friends, and I use the product every day. Are we doing things this week? Are our goals this week going to get us closer to achieving those? Actions are helpful. Fix bugs in chat, which is like on actions on click, artist on create, artist on update. What are the other parts of the experience, specific parts of the experience where there are bugs that are preventing the actions from being helpful?
Actions on click, artists on create, artists on update. I think those are the main ones.
Okay. If you had to sort these in terms of what's going to get us to users onboard their friends and Suites uses the product every day, do you have any thoughts on the ordering?
No, what are your thoughts?
Actions are helpful as top priority. This leads to everything else. Always running only matters if actions are helpful. Mermaid chart going to be drawn such that actions are helpful. I think if we focus on this and further define this, we'll get towards me using it and other people sharing it with their friends.
Great.
We have hit the full list. Anything else you want to add onto this before we start wrapping up the stream?
Do you have any actions are helpful that you want to add? Right now we have the fix bugs and the actions on chat. Is there anything like, are there any actions that you specifically would make you, if they worked, would make you use the product more?
Specific people, specific posts, post action, more info, what post should I reply to, content calendar, example reels. What is an example of the content you recommend? And on segment generation, highlight specific profiles. I want to see a PFP on click open fan profile. I like the actions. They don't give me enough details. And so giving me more details on the existing actions will help it be more useful for my use on a daily basis, as well as the always new actions on accept, generate new action, on deny, generate new action. I should always have 3 actions if autopilot is generating an action. Show it on home page on left side in current state. Does that feel accurate? Well, these are my thoughts. So these were my thoughts. Anything else you would like to add or modify based off of the response I gave you? What's going to get you to use the product more?
A clearer understanding of the purpose of each design choice. I think I need to spend some time in Figma thinking through, do we really need X? Is it adding any value to the user experience? I think like you said, we added a lot of stuff last week.
Yeah.
And so now it's okay, cool. Since we added a bunch of stuff, do we need to remove other stuff to compensate? Because now we have 3 ways to add artist's URL. Like, do we need three separate places for that, or can we just remove those from the actions? So I think just thinking through what that homepage looks like, how to make it as intuitive as possible, like getting to that, like, once actions are helpful, then we need to just make sure that the homepage intuitively makes them understand how to get into the actions are helpful loop, right? Removing all the extra shit that is unnecessary. So I'll spend some time on Figma. I'll make sure to do it on mobile first. And yeah, I think those are the 2 things. And then it's just the bugs. It's just like those little bugs that are preventing people from like going down the rabbit hole of chats if they want to.
Yeah. On action, click empty page.
Yeah.
We have a lot of chats that I didn't look at. Steph, I'll throw them up. Are you able to see them?
Yeah.
At the top, Steph said she saw Alejo. She tried to help us out and told us that we needed a different name for Alejo.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Steph. We weren't paying attention, but you were trying to help us out in real time. Musica W3 said that they love us. And then someone that had the higher Segwin token, as per the usual.
That's
more fan engagement than usual. Thank you for everybody who commented. We appreciate having you interact. And if you didn't already comment, leave a little thing because we'll see it later on, and we'll also highlight you in these videos.
Before we go, Sweets, how far did you get any further with the voice demo?
That's my goal for this weekend. My goal for today was to wrap up any work that will prevent me from getting that done over the weekend. Have I already told you how far I think there was no update from what we talked about yesterday. And I think I told you yesterday, I can make an income. I can call the number and it'll give me a hard coded response. And that's it. Still at the same step. I have not made updates, but that's my goal for this weekend, is to get that into a prototype stage so that Monday we can start demoing it internally.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I still think that that's a big part of where we're going to be going.
I do too. Just talking about the user experience and just like that onboarding magical moments. If we can get them to onboard with the vocal and the call and whatever, and then get them to the autopilot where it's so simple and it's literally just popping up, hey, do you want to do this action? Approve. All right, cool. And then you watch it do it. All right, cool. Next, boom. So a UI that I wanted to talk to you about, because it's kind of the best of both worlds, and I didn't even realize it until we were talking through, like, should we do autopilot or should we do chat? And like, Cursor is the best of both worlds. It's a chat that's an agent, and the majority of the time you're just pressing accept. Mm-hmm. But if you want to dive deeper, the chat is there for you to dive deeper. Mm-hmm. And so thinking through that UI a little bit is like, I started to design a little bit of it, but then like it was too engineering. Like it looked too much like a idea, and I was like, musicians aren't going to understand any of this. Yeah. But if we can, the fact that it's like, I'm doing this, and then it shows you what it's doing in code boxes. Mm-hmm. And then when it's done, you press accept, and then you go to the next thing, or like that tab experience that you're talking about,
Yeah.
of like, it's working for me, boom, tab, and like I'm engaged. It's because it's moving, and like it's showing me things that are happening, and I think that's like a little bit of the blocker right now, is like I press accept, and then it opens up a new chat, but then it takes a while to think, and it's just figuring out like what can we just do to keep people engaged while we're doing the things that we need to do in the back end, but I'll think through it. I'm just excited about that voice thing, because that's just gonna be fucking out of here, bro.
Give me this weekend.
It's gonna be fucking out of here, yo. Everybody talk about one token before. Wait till he can call you to be like, hey, here's our token number. You have to call this number to get it.
Oh God.
All right, awesome, dude. Anything else you run through?
I think we've had a successful recap.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about onboarding Steph and her team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need anything from me for that, or are you good to get
Steph
that
had
done?
sent me another message. I did not check it, so now's a good time for me to check it. Steph said, I asked her how can Recoup be a better tool to support her goals and career at 1 RPM. And oh yeah, I also said I'm going to get her an Alejo report before Monday. So my goal is to get Alejo fixed, get a report generated, and get it in her inbox before Monday, so that come Monday, she can send that report out to her team. It helps her be an expert and to kind of have that position in the office of like, I'm distributing this info, I'm helping you guys find the tools. Helps Steph elevate her position within 1 RPM, as well as helps us show that we had a demo, there were some bugs. We did follow up with it, and I made sure to deliver it directly into your hands instead of some broad generic email. She had said one thing that we always have is a lot of credits to amplify TikToks. We usually just ask artists for posts or try to find, it's not the most efficient way of identifying what to amplify. We usually just ask artists for posts or try to find some to amplify that are posts by fans. Okay, so they have credits to amplify TikToks. Right now they're directly asking artists,
which one do you want to amplify?
Which ones do you want to amplify? It would be great if we could recommend, hey, this is a post that you should amplify, that you should put. Another one, not sure if the AI is looking at data from sounds, but that would be helpful on Instagram Reels, TikTok Reels. If it's a video with a sound, being able to do deeper dives on that, I agree. And then she said, I don't see anything about YouTube. There's a ton of artists monetizing there, so that's another source of information. So the three, recommend which posts they should be amplifying to further their campaign. Look at and analyze the sounds and reels in TikToks to use that data in what's being recommended, and add YouTube as a source of information, because a lot of musicians are actively growing on YouTube. So your question was, do I need anything in order to further the convo with Steph? My next step is get the bugs fixed so that I have an Alejo that has an actual report, and get Steph that report. And once I give her the report and tell her that the bugs are fixed, respond to her questions or to her suggestions, let her know that they're in the backlog, and give her a time frame of when those are going to get built, so that she is aware that we are prioritizing her and her team in the roadmap that we're building. What are your thoughts?
I want to just make sure her team, I don't know if you're still watching, Steph, or if not, but like make sure her team is onboarded on the product, and they have enough credits, and we can give them, like you had mentioned it, have them, I think you said it last time, is like next steps for their team is just have them go on, create a pro membership, and then we can load them up with extra credits and free trials and whatever, but just get them onboarded and have as users, and make sure they have their email address so we can give them the credits, and make sure all of everything that we need is in the system, so that they can use the product and we can start building with them. I'm also like, it's also a great case study around like teams, and like, do they each want an Alejo as their own chat, or do they want to share an Alejo chat and create an organization, and thinking through that whole thing. But I mean, we'll skin that when we get there. But this is a great use case of how collaborative are they going to want to be with this? Do they want to see each other's chats or not, and things?
It sounds like you would like me to help onboard Steph, help her entire team get a Recoup account, help them sign up for Pro, and once they sign up for Pro, give them free access for a couple months so that way they can try out the product, help us iterate on the product, and we both maintain that relationship until we really show that we are adding value to them, enough value for it to change from a equally beneficial relationship to one where they're willing to pay. Does that sound accurate?
Yes.
Copy.
Sweet. All right. Anything else?
If you enjoyed this stream and you got value out of it, please leave a comment below, leave a like on the video, and subscribe so that you can know the next time we're going live and so you can stay up to date with what